Welcome to the Misfit's Boyz podcast, episode 10. No, you heard me just fine. I said 10. 10 glorious shows filled with trivial pursuits, risk, and trouble. All I have to say about all of that is, sorry. My name is Cheyenne Goglis, and I'm the moderator, moral compass, and sometimes referee of the show. I am joined today by...
Armando, a.k.a. 1 goal, 2 assists, a.k.a. gonna punch my fellow podcasters in their mouth.
You know, I don't think a podcast does my good looks justice, you know? You guys got a video element here?
Andrew, can you do an intro? Can you do an intro, please?
Wait,
How about this? I think we're doing just fine.
Yeah. Andrew Peterson.
You got a face made for radio.
I got a face made for radio. There you go.
Well,
Just Andrew
why did you say
I'll
that?
say this is Baba Booey, Howard Stern.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Andrew, come on. Say your name, and then...
No, I think that's perfect, actually.
You got Andrew Peterson, Baba Booey.
Nailed it.
I got a Baba Booey in there. That's
Rolling with that one.
King of vinegar stroke photography, Mikey B.
Owner of the Sofa King furniture store, Jeff.
There you go.
Gentlemen, start your beverages. Armando, what do you have tonight?
I am drinking a V-Twin Motorworks Brewing. It's a Vienna-style lager. It's delicious. Delicious.
Looks like an orange soda.
And it's brewed here in Florida, Bradenton, to be precise. And 4.7% alcohol. So just give me another 3 of these and we'll be good to go.
So safe to say you like the V-Twin?
It is safe to say I like the V-Twin, yeah.
That hails from my hometown of Braden, Kentucky.
Yeah, I like it. Bring me some more of it.
One of the few things that escaped Bradenton and did well.
I'll
tell you what.
Other than yourself.
I'll take a 6-pack of that the next time we watch the Wild play.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
And not the Wild NHL, the Wild.
Oh, no. The Wild that we all know and hate.
The beer league wild.
The beer league
Yes.
Wild.
I got a 3-daughter St. Peach Blonde Ale. It tastes delicious. 5%. I like it. How you like it, Mike?
Those are actually really good.
Yeah, I'm with Mike.
I'm drinking, I got emergency drinking beer.
Jesus.
He broke the glass.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
I ran out of my Sunset Orange, which is usually what I'm drinking.
There's like 40 of those in the fridge.
Yeah,
I swear. They're in the back.
No, I bought a case.
Yeah. You
Mike got lazy. He doesn't want to have to
Actually,
go.
I'm almost out. I got to go. And,
got a Costco amount.
Actually, really good.
Really good. Yeah, I was really surprised. You know, like the can looks like emergency drinking water, but it's beer. And I'm like, okay, well, I like the can for the novelty, but is it actually going to be any good? And actually, it's surprisingly pretty good.
Surprised. Nice, light, fluffy.
What percent?
Fluffy. I've never heard a beer described as fluffy before.
That's a first.
4%.
That's the Misfits podcast where we're breaking barriers
First ever
everywhere.
fluffy beer.
Fluffy beer.
All right.
Fluffy beer. And
What do we got over there, Jeff?
So I have a rule that I don't drink just because in Florida it's always hot.
Yeah.
So I try to save some of the more fall-themed beverages for when it drops below 60 degrees. And today, we did it. We went below 60.
45 and dropping.
Yeah, 40.
Let's see where we're at.
So I have a Cider Boys First Press Traditional Hard Cider. 5% alcohol by volume. It's delicious. Excellent.
like it.
Highly recommend it. If you like ciders, I highly recommend it.
Is that for Joelle, who used to drink hard cider in the long memory?
Joelle drank Angry Orchard.
45 degrees.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was
odd.
supposed to go colder.
Yeah.
This is coldest day of the year.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Joel used to confuse me because he was so big and wore extra small. I'm pretty sure
Baby
he
Gap.
shopped at the Baby
Shopped
Gap.
at Baby Gap.
But then would drink like cider.
Hard cider.
He did.
over
He
here?
loved Angry Orchard.
Yeah.
We went out one night, and that's all he drank.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, it's good to have like
And it
one or
was
two, but I couldn't
like
drink them consistently
it was like
that.
June or July. Like it did not fit at all.
honestly, a nice cold, lighter, refreshing beer, especially in the heat. Like I can see a cider in July because a lot of people like to drink Coronas or lighter beverage. Was it the summer shandies and those kinds of beers when it gets hot out?
How's the Golden Monkey?
Yes, my beverage tonight is
That's a
Golden
9%er,
which I normally can only get in a bottle, but again in Savannah it was a very great trip. Found it in a can from Victory Brewing Company.
Yeah.
In honor of our victory tonight. Very hard fought win.
You deserve it, buddy.
First time in a while. I can't remember last time we won. That's how long it's been.
It's a long time.
It's been like a month.
Yeah.
It's been a long month. But the Golden Monkey is it's a Belgian style triple. And it's
Excellent can appeal.
9.5% alcohol. So this will be
9.5.
the only one I'll be having tonight.
Wow.
10 more.
So I have to say that tonight's performance, minus Michael Becker, who had some very, very important schoolwork to do tonight.
Yeah.
So he couldn't
get those
partake
files done.
in the victory tonight, and I'm sure he would have added a couple of notches in the goal tally column. But I have to say I was really impressed with everybody's play. Andrew, for all the crap we've given you on the previous podcast, you actually did back check tonight, and you did a fantastic job playing all around. So I have to commend
Banging
you
the
for,
boards back behind the goal.
being 100% respecting the game.
So do we catch you up on the game, Mike? It was
yeah.
it was rough. Would you say it was rough sledding the beginning? I feel like every time we scored a goal, I was just wiping sweat. Like, oh God, it was almost gone.
There was definitely a lot of greasy goals tonight. I think
It was-
Oh yeah.
We earned every inch out there, and every goal that we scored was definitely hard.
The game was close the entire time. Nobody ever had more than a
One more goal.
1 goal margin.
One more goal we don't score that they score. I think it could be. You could even say it. Confidence is lost. I'm talking about the 4-6 part. We had guys yapping on the bench, and I was just trying to say, look, so negative. Just calm down.
Yeah, but we were never down by more than one goal. I mean, it was a back and forth game.
That's
we were
what I
up,
mean.
They were up. We were, and it was a 1-goal game. And to be honest with you, you can't even hate on the goals that they scored. Their goals were just as greasy as ours. I mean, they were playing hard and they were playing a clean game. And that's what kind of hockey it's going to be in the beer league. If you're going to do it right. And that's both teams went at it, and we did our thing. We had some really nice passing down the middle. I mean, we played well.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Effort.
Made all the better by the fact we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, even better. And unfortunately, Jensen's going to be super upset when I text him in the morning and let him know we won and that we used the defense so much this game.
I'm going to say
he missed it.
I'm going to say the point. We probably had about 15 shots from the point.
Easily, yeah.
Which is maybe more than we've had in every other game this season
it's
combined.
3 times as many as we've done every other game.
Didn't you think they were playing like a 1-3-1, just clogging the neutral zone? I told Alex, I said, you get that puck, just skate it. I mean, they were really letting our D off easy. And I thought...
Yeah, they had no forecheck.
I thought all 4 of you guys really... There was nothing we could do. They were guarding up in the end. And it was just fun being able to watch you guys get it in the zone, play high, and it was a fun game. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, I always feel good when you have Hunter in the back end there covering you.
Can we...
Somehow, I got to say, despite the... ostensibly being an offensive player, I think I played more games at D so far this season.
Yeah.
Well,
Remember the first season or two, you were...
That's all I did.
That's all you did was play D, which was crazy. And then we finally got you back up to the forward. But, you played some D for us. And
So his first star, it's got to be Nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Nasty with a hat trick tonight.
Hat trick.
Nasty with just
Scoring the game-winning goal.
I'm pretty sure that's his first career Misfit hat trick. And of course, as Misfit style, I got him his hat trick puck, just like I do for any one of you guys that score a hat trick.
Did anyone think he was going to miss when it came down to 2-2? And
No.
I really had no doubt in my mind.
No, and the
It
whole
was game
reason
over.
why I put him in the shootout was because he needed his third goal.
Yeah.
He
If
deserved
it had been a different goalie, I mean... Yeah, but with that goalie, I mean, he had him dead to rights.
He sniped it too. It was It was really a perfect shot.
Well, he read him too, right? I mean, you went in there, you pulled a beautiful move.
That was-
first shot.
That was a little cocky,
That shootout goal was beautiful, but
It's cockier than I'd like to be.
Gilby's shot gave Nasty what he needed on the goalie to read it. I mean, Andrew plays super aggressive in that. And he played aggressive on Gilby, so Shoal Nasty knew that was going to be the next move. He'd play aggressive with him, and Nasty put it right between his 5 hole. It was just so beautiful. And wasn't it? Oh, it was right through the 5 hole.
No, he rifled it. Yeah,
he rifled that sucker. It was done.
He asked me. He said, "What'd you see?" I said, "I can tell you." I go, "He's coming out." He goes, "Well, I'm a shooter." I said, "He's coming out." I go, "Take what you can get." He comes in, did the same thing as Gilby, and he puts it in.
Yeah, puts it in. But it would have gone more rounds if we didn't have the chupacabra in net to stop those things. So you know what? It's not just our shooters that won. It's also our goaltending that was back there keeping us in the game. So great fucking game, Cheyenne. Awesome. Great job between the pipes, baby.
The save on the kid on the second one is textbook shootout. You come in, the guy's got the best hands in the whole. The kid's a really good player. Comes in, he tries to fake the deke, you back him up, and he's got a tough shot, and he misses. And it was, I think that's what gave Nasty the go ahead and kind of the feel of. We were pretty pumped. I think we all not think that was game over after that save?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much knowing when your goalie saves that one, and then you got Nasty next
when
up.
When you got Nasty coming up.
That's our game. So I think I heard a couple of you guys saying we might as well cheer now because this one's ours. And I didn't want to jinx us.
I would never tempt fate like that.
I didn't want to jinx us, but in my heart, I'm like, he's got it. It's in. And this is his hat trick. And sure enough, boom, 5-hole. Nasty gets it. Misfits win. And
to give Mike a good idea of the game, it was a really hard game that I got to give the hats off to the ref. To where he called some bad.
No. This is where that's the conversation stopper. Jeez.
Back up.
He
I got called the weakest penalty
so good.
I've ever gotten called on.
It was, but they called
a mess with his stick, and that turned out to be a hooking penalty.
You know that was in retaliation for the goalie interference. They really did give us a help out in a lot of penalties.
No, they called Nasty on some garbage.
He was playing physical the whole game, though, and they let him off.
Yeah,
on
somehow
he got
incorrectly. For the one that you got called.
He got a hooking penalty.
They called him at
against
4
the
because
boards.
his helmet.
I don't know how that even works. How do you get a hooking penalty when you're fighting against the boards?
Anything is possible in beer league.
That was a really bad.
For you guys who don't know, Nasty changed his number back to 4 because that's his original number. And when we first put the Misfits together, Joyelle got the number 4, right? Before Nasty called. Nasty's like, give me 8, whatever. So then Joyelle leaves, and I say, you want 4 back? He's like, no, it's fine. I already got a jersey. It says 8. We'll leave it. So then who took 4? Burke. Well, then we got rid of dead weight. And with getting rid of dead weight, you get a chance to get your number back. So when I was having the black ones made, I said, hey, Nasty, you want your number back? And he said, yeah. So there you go. So, yeah, they called him on the right numbers, helmet, and then everybody's like, there's no 4. And I'm like, Nasty's 4. Calm down. But he had his blue one on, so it said 8.
That was a horrible hooking call that involved 0 hooking. There was no hooking involved in that.
I don't know what he
interference maybe could be borderline boarding. It looked like hockey to me. I don't know.
I've been called for tripping when I'm slashing someone, so anything's really possible. I know I'm getting a penalty. I just don't know what I'm getting a penalty
They just
for.
messed it. Yeah.
It's just
Well, the reason
they just pick one in the book pretty much.
Well, when they see your number, they do. They're like, "Oh, is that 25 again?" Just pick something out. He did it. Don't
give it
worry
on sports and
the reason I have hats off to the ref is UCF or USF kid, the kid with the sticker on his helmet. He plays hard. He puts the puck away, and it is a bitch to be on the guy unless you play him physical. And there was a few times when you're saying behind the boards where I just checked him and I put stick on stick. And the refs were smart enough to say he's a good player. He can skate out of it. And the kid didn't whine and they let it go. And unfortunately, he hits a wide open guy in the center of the ice, but I can't be 2 places at once. And that is how they scored. 2 goals right that where they get a guy in the center of the ice.
That just goes that we had 3 guys banging the boards deep, and we shouldn't. Should be 2 guys in deep, 1 guy up high.
The 2 goals where it goes is the wingers cover the point. I'm coming in. I take the guy. I'm down. No one's on the point. I go and cover the point. And right as I'm at the point, I see a guy skating up, lollygagging. And, of course, it goes off. Center of the ice is open. Bing, bang, goal. It's just, we got past it. But that's how we got that's how we let Cheyenne out to dry for a few. But... Yeah.
Well, there was a couple I wish I could have had back. There was one over to my right side that I cheated a little too far over and left. It was at number 9 on the Knights. He scored it on low. It was on the ice. It was on ice the whole way, 15 feet away, and it went right past me and it went right into the net. And I knew that I cheated far way too far over to the right side. I wish I could have had that one back. There was that laser shot from the point, and Nasty actually cleared it away from the front. Ended up at the point. I was just getting up because I had been covering the low shot. I was just getting ready to get up, and it just lasered in over my right shoulder. Had I been quicker to get up, I could have gotten a piece of my shoulder on it, possibly to knock it out.
Well, that's that old age, baby. That's what's getting you right there.
Hey.
Well, speaking of edges, you lost yours tonight and almost became a
I said
paraplegic.
old age.
Old age, because
not
I heard edge.
I'm sure you did.
We had
Hence the old age.
You almost became a paraplegic
Okay.
tonight.
you know,
I almost did.
we had a Ryan Shazier moment. I swear to God, I look over and we're trying to be. No one was. Armando is clenching his extremities, his left fist, and I'm thinking, oh, and we're going, yeah, and thank God. But that's just the one that you don't want to see is the extremities, the head down. It's just no fun.
Yeah, it's true. You never want to hear somebody when they get hit go. It's my neck. Like the thing you don't want to hear.
Who's the fellow for the Red Wings that got brought out in a wheelchair when he won the cup? You don't want anything like that.
Constantino?
One of the
Yeah.
one of the Russians.
No. I'm gonna say I've went into the boards a lot in my career, head first and stuff, and that was the first time I went in head first, heard a snap, and said, this is not good.
Yeah.
And definitely afraid to move and do things. Thank God for Cheyenne being a paramedic to come over and save me. He tried to give me mouth to mouth, but I told him I'm awake. It's okay.
We did,
I'm old
Armando.
school. When in
Yeah.
question,
We did
when there's
joke-
a doubt, mouth to mouth.
He was trying to make a stretcher out of his leg pads so we could carry you off.
It was so.
And then, wonder of wonders, Armando's back on the next shift.
It was so.
I know.
It was the mouth to mouth. It was life saving.
It's a
Adam's
miracle.
like, are you going to sit out? And I go, no. He's like, well, how do you feel? I said, well, I'm not 100%. He goes, well, do you think you should sit out? I go, no.
It was so.
We're in an intense game. I'm a misfit. If my eyes aren't falling out of my sockets and a neck didn't snap, then let's get back out there and do what we got to do.
In paramedic school, we learned that for most traumatic injuries, there's a certain treatment modality. But when it comes to hockey, it's every injury is treated the same way. Apply ice, rub some ice on it, and then you do internal cooling with beer, and then you skate it off. And you're fine. You're fine. It works on most
And
hockey.
might I
traumatic
point
injuries.
out that not only did I get my ass back up, sat on the
Scored a
bench
goal.
for about a minute, but got back on the ice and then scored a goal.
Wow.
30 seconds
was a
later.
First goal,
Right.
It was a
like,
beauty.
17, 20
No,
games.
Mike,
no, don't
Mike,
get crazy.
Mike.
I've had a couple goals this season.
I thought you scored the one I thought that was earlier. I thought
No, that was the
our
first
goal.
one out.
No, I
got
had the
that one.
assist. That was Adam's goal.
Did Adam get it?
So that was down the middle, me and him, and they dedicated to me, which that was the dumbest move a defensive position could make. And I was able to get it right to Adam, and Adam just had a beautiful, saw it coming, beautiful one-timer over Wally's shoulder there, and we had it in. So we had some really good passing going on.
That was
Some
quick.
really good stuff.
And that was quick after the hit. And I got to say, we're off speculating. We're going off. And the way Cheyenne lovingly came over to you and I was like, oh my God, Armando's dead. That's the only. that's the only reason for Cheyenne to just look so sweet and come over. And it was like he was prepping you for funeral.
I can tell you the one teammate without even saying
It was the anointing of the sick.
Yeah, it was.
without even saying who it
last
is, there was
rites.
one teammate on this team that was probably like, oh, is he breathing? I hope he's not. I'm gonna get that C. I'm gonna get that C. Come on.
Die, bitch, die!
Armando, the rest of us were hoping that you were breathing because it was scary in the beginning. It was not a good look.
Yeah,
It's the first time that I said, oh shit. I can tell you that.
well, you were laying on the ice. You didn't just get up or roll over real quick. You were just laying on the ice. I'm like, fuck, you must have got knocked out.
Especially after this film, the guy in the NFL, right, makes a normal tackle. They say he might not walk again. The Shazier guy who tackles the dude looks nothing.
It's scary shit. You go into boards at that speed with your head first, and again, the guy and I were banging for the puck, but he gave me a little bit of a shove. I might have lost
didn't
an
see
edge,
it.
but
Right.
I was on an angle, so I don't know how I went in the boards. And
Shout out to
that
Sparks
Hey.
skate track.
I was just gonna say, what's that skate sharpening company?
Let me just
We
tell
should
you,
ban
dude.
them.
No.
They're the worst.
That
I'm all in on
Spark
that
skate
thing.
sharpening
too.
All in.
Will
is
get you paralyzed.
Amazing. My
Fantastic.
skates did not feel And I can't even tell you the last time they felt that good on the ice with the edging and the stopping and the cutting. Like they felt amazing. So shout outs to Sparks.
Well, that's because you have a robot cutting instead of some idiot.
Well, it takes the human air out of it, right? So everything. I mean, it sucks for the people
always go to
who have made skate sharpening in an art form, and it really is an art form. But this machine is amazing.
And where's that
absolutely
machine
agree.
located at?
That machine is located, if you're here in the Tampa Bay area of Florida, at Second Time Sports in Dunedin off of Main Street. So if you'd like to get your skate sharpened, Sparks, $10, boom, done ski.
For you, $8 after that, right?
I hadn't had my skate sharpened in a really long time, and when I took my first steps on the ice tonight, I realized, oh yeah, my skates are supposed to like bite into the ice, and you can hear that noise. I was like, oh yeah, this is why I haven't been skating very well.
I got my skate sharpened, was it last week at TBSA? And the guy was looking at it, he's like, how long has it been? And I'm like, it's been a while. I normally will go like 8 games, maybe 9 games between skatings because
9 games.
I don't skate as much as you guys do. But where I'm skating is I'm in snow and I don't need to have
a lot of edge work. I mean,
well, brother, that's what screwed you up last game. You got them sharpened. You didn't know what to do with new skates.
I had them sharpened, but I dulled them a little bit by running them on the plastic step and there in the boards to take a little bit of the bite off of the edge. But normally for goalies, it's about 7 or 8 hours of skating, just because we don't need to. We have our sharpening is a little different than your guys, and you guys put way more miles on your skates within 8 games. I mean, for like 4 games for you guys, that's a lot.
I go 3.
I mean, you think about the distance that you guys are traveling in one game versus me. Where am I at? I'm in the crease, up, down, and then I'm jumping up and down, off my skates. I'm not putting that much mileage on my blades.
They say it's 7 to 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours of skating.
So you guys are saying how often you guys get yours sharpened?
It's been months.
I don't think I've had mine sharpened about 6 months.
Are you kidding me? Oh,
jeez.
God.
And I play about. I play
usually. Get out of your house.
And you got normal Bauer blades, right?
And I play like 2 to 3 times a week.
You don't have any special.
Are you playing like on wooden skis?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Some old Alpine Olympic.
So this goes back to the text message I sent earlier today about that Sparks machine.
Yes. Thank you for the quick response.
Well, listen, I had other things to do. Thank God you called there.
No.
We all need to just invest in this shit together. Because I'm telling you right now, for me, if we can get it 100, 150 a piece and get this damn thing, leave it here at Jeff's house, because obviously he's the one who really needs to sharpen his skates.
Hell yeah.
If we can find this thing on Amazon, I got the Amex hooked up. So
I'm telling you.
Sort it up. I bet you we can't
I'll
find
be in the doghouse.
since you're saying something, well, you can get out of that real easy. Just lay down the door hammer and you'll be fine.
Nasty
I'll be in trouble for
EBT still got some juice on it.
See, Nasty used to work in a pro shop. If you just got a personal skate sharpener, he'll put them up nice. Because I'll tell you, the only guy I get my skates done is Lonnie Snyder from the Morning Skate.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I went out and I got the pricey blades. I got the step steel. I can go 30 hours of skating and not touch them. It doesn't make a difference. But regular blades, it does make a difference.
But Lonnie never brings his.
He's you get lucky. And
yeah. That's the thing is, I was waiting for him to show up with his sharpener, and he never did it. So
6 months.
And if
you know who else has a Sparks that I found out today? Because I saw the captain of the Chickens, Mike Albert. So
really?
He's got his own?
Really? Yeah, his alternate captain has his own in his garage, and he's like, but it's kind of far. Because he was getting his skate sharpened, and we were talking about, I'm like, why are you getting your skate sharpened here if Albert has one? He's like, oh, yeah. It's out of the way. But see, we get one here. We're kind of all central, right? He's 5 minutes from the rink, if that. Boom. Drop him off to Hunter. You just get him a track. Right. Not your teammates, asshole, because we're all going to pay
money.
Mike.
I'm pro shop in my garage.
Everybody else.
Participate in this.
We've already got the gym. You can come, you work out, you get your skate sharpened.
Exactly.
There we go.
Can't beat that.
Now we just need a tanning bed.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't know if you've looked at yourself recently in the mirror.
Yeah.
But you need a base burn. I don't think you can tan. Honestly,
I can't.
You are
No,
very red in the
If
face.
anybody could see a
And-
photo of 3/5 the podcast, you would know we do not need a tanning bed.
Armando,
Okay.
I'm fine. I just go
But these
outside.
white boys here might be one.
I get a nice light, a little bit of base tan, just doing yard work. But
That's
Michael,
just natural.
my God,
That's not
you look like a cherry tomato
saying
tonight.
it's
What's going on?
heritage.
Did you? Were you? Is it a windburn? Are you
I'm
blushing?
wearing-
Is it a full
I'm
body
wearing,
blush? Because
what happened to
you're
you?
dude. You're red.
I,
How hot was that lab you were working in tonight?
it's very intense.
Because you had lab work.
It's either that or he's sweating his butt off with the
I could be
damn
sweating
beanie
a
on
little
his
bit.
head
You
right
know,
now.
it's 45 outside, 82 inside.
You can
This
take
is
your
what
sweater off,
happens.
man.
I don't want to.
This is what happens when Becker doesn't play hockey. He
Yeah.
just slowly like it just
I'm
builds up
convulsing
and then
on
he
the
explodes.
inside, you know.
you're deteriorating.
You ever seen Scanners?
It's rough. It's going to be another week before I play again.
That's rough, man.
All right, guys. So going on to another subject. Did anybody who at this table saw the Lightning Jets game last night?
Yeah.
Not me.
I know Andrew.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow,
good
that
game.
was definitely the marquee matchup last night of all the NHL games that could have been played. And I'm watching because I'm a Lightning fan, but I could not believe how they went back and forth. Like we were talking about our league game earlier today. We went back and forth. We started the first goal, and it was complete back and forth. No team had an edge. It was a fight the whole way. This is the NHL equivalent. This is, toe-to-toe, heavyweights going after it. As soon as Winnipeg scored, Lightning would score 30 seconds later. And then Lightning would get up by a goal. Jets would score within a minute. It was just, this is what you would expect to see going into the playoffs. Toward the last 10 games of the season. This is the kind of hockey that we were experiencing last night.
It was really physical. It was really high paced, and they looked like the teams that have won in the past, like in LA, like a Chicago, like a whoever that's got 3 scoring lines in a 4th line that will crunch you. You got Kunitz, Callahan, and Paquette on a 4th line. You're gonna do well, and it showed. The 4th line was out there a ton. They didn't do anything stupid, and the first 3 lines took care of business. And that's another win for Tampa, and they look good. Chicago's looking shaky, and that's got to show you about how important in this day and age now
Who the
is
hell brought
contracts.
this guy?
I think it was
Who
your
the hell
idea.
brought
Think
this
of-
guy to talk about Chicago already?
Well, it's not about. It's not
Are
about
we going to bring up the Panarin trade again?
Please
Don't
no.
even say that
Please
word.
no.
If Nasty was here, he'd lose his damn mind here about this.
Oh
Panarin
no,
trade.
Adam would be throwing shit all over the place.
There's not enough time to talk about the Panarin trade. Of other guys.
All right, well,
Yeah, we usually try to keep this podcast
right,
about
so-
45
Anyway, back
minutes
to
or so.
the Jet Lightning game.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was good goaltending. Jets look good. They look like a contender, and good for them. They got the young kid Line. Looks like a stud.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ehlers.
it's not the only kid doing stuff.
They've got-
Well, no,
Ehlers.
and I would actually say
Ridiculous.
he actually has not been having a
Wheeler.
great sophomore season so far this
He looks
year.
big.
Sophomore slump.
He looks a little sluggish, doesn't he? He
does.
looks a little big,
Yeah.
and he doesn't
You
look
got to think.
as-
I mean, last year he got what, like
40 goals.
40 goals? Yeah.
and he was out He was out a third of the year with a injury.
No, he missed.
No, he
well,
wasn't.
he missed.
Not that long.
a
He
good
missed-
amount of time,
he missed
about
a good
10
amount of
games or
time.
so.
Yeah. But no, I mean, he was, he was fantastic last year. And
Doesn't look the same.
Matthews Line was like a legitimate argument, I
And
think,
it-
last year.
It's not looking
And
even close.
Not at all this
No.
year. Yeah, he's
He looks.
Both, I
he has
mean,
not been he has
Matthews
not
is-
been the engine of their success.
No,
I would
he
say.
looks.
No,
He
they
looks.
got Blake Wheeler.
I would say
who's just
Wheeler is
unstoppable.
absolutely
Oh my God, he's
Mark
having a
Scheifele.
season.
Is that a good?
Animal.
and solving their goaltending
Yeah.
situation with the guy whose name I
Hellebuck.
can't pronounce.
Hellebuck.
Hellebuck, man, that guy.
Guy's a
That's
stud.
the guy they've been expecting to be a superstar, and
Well, they've been
finally
waiting,
had
and
it.
they
Yeah.
signed
got
Steve
him.
Mason
Right.
in the offseason.
Who's not
He's been-
bad.
well, he's been terrible for
He's
them.
been terrible, but he's got a
I
good
mean,
pedigree.
injured.
he's got a good rep in the league.
History,
but
yeah.
He
Yeah.
he has not been good
No.
at all this season.
Is that a good thing for Line? That maybe some of the other guys are chipping in.
I mean,
and
it's good.
he
I
might-
think it's good for him that the team is not relying solely on him.
Is it good for Winnipeg now that they might not have to give him $12 million, and they might be able to?
I mean,
to bark him down.
That's 2 years away. Too much
Yeah.
can happen. He's got 2 years away until he needs an extension. So I don't think it really matters. A lot can happen in 2 years.
especially if the salary cap goes up.
Well, yeah, and there
He'd
was
not be making more than McDavid.
there was an
No one's
NHL
making more than
board
McDavid.
of governors meeting this week, and one of the things that Gary Bettman talked about was that the salary cap is expected to go up to I think 68 or 69 million.
78 to 82,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's at
78.
75 right now.
It's going up to
Okay,
78 to
I must be
82.
thinking of the
It's
floor.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
78 to 82.
Okay.
In that range. It could be anywhere. And it's based off, they said, Vegas success.
Yeah.
That they're playing is giving cash flow to the league and credibility. You got a team in Vegas. How
Not
cool
to
is
mention that $500 million expansion fee
Yeah, that
that
helps
they
a little
don't
bit.
have to share with the players.
Is there any way?
exactly.
Is there any way the Seattle team is as cool as a Vegas team? Just
Well, the only reason why I think Seattle's
Only,
even going to get
only
a
if they name
chance-
them the Seattle Starpucks. I think that's
Star
it.
Pucks.
Supersonics. Bring back the Supersonics.
Oh, no, they will have a riot. They will have a riot if the NHL team is the Supersonics and it's not basketball. Those folks are rabid. All they have right now are they have the Mariners, they have the MLS Sounders,
Yeah.
and that's essentially it.
Then they have-
let's,
Oh,
let's,
they
go,
have
let's,
Seahawks, the
let's go ahead,
Seahawks,
let's go ahead and
Well, they
talk
got
about
the
this. That was
Seattle,
the
yeah.
big off-ice news, I would say, this
Seattle.
week. Was that the Seattle City Council approved funding for a renovation of Key Arena,
is big.
which is where the Supersonics played.
Exactly.
So that and the NHL approved, I think, is a season ticket drive for the group that wants to bring hockey to Seattle, and invited them to apply for expansion.
Absolutely.
Looking at maybe I think the 2020 season.
Yep,
I
2019,
believe.
2020, and it's a $650 million expansion fee as opposed
Up
to
150
Yeah.
from
They're
Vegas.
expecting a lot of growth. in
Well,
the
I
next
mean, think
couple of
about it
years.
though. The only reason why Seattle's even going to get a look is because of what happened in Vegas.
Because of what's
I
happening.
mean, the
in Vegas.
success for the Vegas
It's
expansion
insane.
has been
It's-
crazy, right? I mean, and who'd ever think that after that Vegas would
Do you
be
think
so good at first?
Seattle would be able to replicate something like that? I mean,
do they get
Vegas is, there's a lot of cash flow coming into Vegas.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to Vegas.
Well,
and
it's not like the Pacific Northwest is lacking for money. I mean, you've got Microsoft there, you've got Amazon there, you've got some big companies there. A
They're
lot
saying
of
Bill
like,
Gates
video
might
game
invest
companies.
in Seattle.
Yeah, like
Well,
Paul
I mean, I
Allen,
wouldn't
who
put
is
it past
who is
him.
part of Microsoft, he already owns the Seahawks, and I think he owns the Sounders as well. He owns the field that they have there, Quest Field.
Look at the GM though for Vegas, George McPhee.
Yeah.
Guy drafted Alex Ovechkin, which I mean, I guess
Not
it's
like
not
that was real hard, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go through all
But-
the bad guys that
I was
going to
say, what's Philip Forsberg doing lately?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know how he
We
got
know
his
about
job
all the
after the
trades he's
Forsberg,
done.
which makes the Panarin trade look like an even deal. But
I mean, and to be honest,
on this
I think
hey, that's
Yeah.
because you know what?
Do you need to get this out? I mean,
Aaron
You got to get
trade.
this out there.
one thing I
That's
think we
why
can be
I like-
surprised at is
All right.
I think we're shocked that Vegas has done as good as they've done.
Oh, without a doubt.
Considering a lot of their moves, I mean, like taking
Aren't-
like 15 defensemen in the expansion draft.
Yeah.
It is.
The whole thing with the Russian guy whose name I can't pronounce. This whole show is
Superchev.
about me not being able to.
Superchev.
Yeah,
It is
about me
defi-
not being able to pronounce everybody's name.
It is definitely defying the odds that the lineup that
Yeah.
they have
and they're on
is
their fifth goalie at this point.
consistently
Well,
winning.
goalie
Yeah, they
issues and
finally-
still winning.
They finally got their backup and their starter back. Fleury and Subban are back.
Yeah.
Well, think,
Which was, I got to say,
But
was
they were still
really,
winning.
really good to see PK Subban and Malcolm Subban
that was-
and their dad.
What a game.
on the
That was
ice.
an awesome game, too.
Yeah.
Another shootout win for Malcolm.
But
First
getting
game
back-
against PK.
Getting back to Seattle, I think one of our questions is: are they the right choice? Are they the right choice?
I
as a
don't
city?
think so.
I mean, I think we need another Western Conference team. There's 15 in the West, 16 in the East. Where else would you really go in the West?
I don't disagree because
Well,
Seattle's
yeah.
so close to Vancouver, to Canada. There's people in there, that area, that market that are already watching hockey.
Well,
I think it'd be a good. I think it's a good
Yeah.
move. It's northern. It's not in Canada, which Canada has been very hot and cold with their hockey
Teams.
teams.
Yeah, they want Quebec.
NHL hockey
that's
teams.
that's what
City.
that's what I was just
So
going to say.
It's close to Canada, but it's not. It should interfere with the Calgary market. I think it'll be good for the Northwest. You can debate all you want about Seahawks or the Supersonics, but I think Seattle's a good place for hockey. And in case any of our listeners are like, well, why would they have Seattle and hockey in Seattle? Guess what? They used to. In fact, the Seattle
The
Metropolitans
Metropolitans.
in 1917 won the Stanley Cup. Now, they only existed from, I think it was 1915 to 1924. So that's olden days of NHL. Or not even NHL.
Those Seattle fans
it was
Yeah.
Stanley Cup was still up for grabs between the several different professional hockey leagues.
Do you think
But
there's like
I
a
don't think-
120-year-old who's like,
Yeah.
now I can die in peace?
See-
I can do this.
We bring hockey
it
back to
I
Seattle.
think Seattle is primed for a hockey comeback. Nobody thought that hockey would survive in Phoenix. And despite their losing record,
That's
it
not a great
persists.
example, Cheyenne.
Terrible.
Not a great example.
Where's the example you can bring out?
They are also talking about relocation.
Yeah, Phoenix has been talking about relocation for 15 years at this
Well,
point.
them and the Florida
But they still haven't
Panthers.
pulled the trigger because
Yeah.
they love their
And one
ice
thing,
in the desert.
the Carolina Hurricanes were sold, and as part of the sale contract, they are not allowed to apply for relocation for 7 years.
I don't think they go anywhere.
No,
Yeah,
they'll stay.
Even with that clause,
They can't sell tickets.
Well,
Talking about
I watched one of their.
I mean,
they were
there's
playing the Rangers.
nobody there.
It was so boring.
It was empty.
Dreadful.
So you got to say that. I mean, that takes them off the board. That, like I said, the sale contract has a clause that they cannot apply for relocation in the next 7 years. So they're there. They're there for the next 7 years at least. But
way-
nobody goes to the games. But regardless of that, kind of takes them off the board.
The way
Nobody's
Phoenix-
going to the
Phoenix
Charger
or-
games
I
in
mean-
LA. I'll tell you, the Coliseum
Yeah.
looks like a desert. Speaking of deserts,
We know that Seattle is very, very likely to get an expansion franchise. A new franchise would bring the league to 32 teams, would balance out the Eastern and Western conferences.
the way I'll preface Seattle is, I'm not smart enough to understand the economics and the
The first step's admitting you have a plan.
well, there is just things that I can't know about. But
We're gonna get to this.
my
later.
God, my God, on paper, does Seattle seem like a mistake? If you hear Vegas, you think the first, NHL upcoming league, the first team in Vegas. Did anyone think? I didn't think it'd be like this. But
Well,
do
you have a point
this-
there. Is
do you
that
have
is
same
the
feeling?
first pro team in Vegas,
Which is big.
There's no other market there. At
That's
least
a
until
home-
the Raiders get there in a couple years.
That's a home run. It's a home.
they're gonna end up there.
It's a
Yeah,
home.
they're gonna end up
It's
there.
a home run to start with.
Yeah, and but
without a doubt.
I think you do have to look at Seattle. They've got a football team. They
Yeah.
have a very popular soccer team with the MLS.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably number one on the list of NBA expansion franchises or relocations where they want to get the Supersonics back there.
yeah.
Can hockey in Seattle survive
What if they
with
play?
all that other other options there?
So
In
the
Vegas, there's one option right now. In Seattle, there are other options.
and the
Vegas is such a transient town. There's so many people from out of town who go there. I mean, there are very few people. It's kind of like Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody in Vegas is from somewhere else. And if you were born in Vegas because your parents were from
Yeah, but
somewhere
if you
else.
watch their games, that
It's-
place is
it's hard.
loud. It's packed. And
Yeah.
That's because people are coming in
That's-
from out of town, from New York
Well,
or Tampa,
yeah, but
Chicago, watching their Blackhawks,
there.
the Rangers.
But they're all
Lightning,
wearing gold.
and in
They're
Vegas.
there. I mean,
they're there is
It
the
might be,
biggest
when
question.
the Kings play the Knights,
Yeah.
it might be full of Kings fans, but they're there in the stadium.
or
You have to
they're
wonder, is
coming
that going
from
to happen
the
in
casino
Seattle?
right next to it.
well, I'll say this:
I don't feel like Seattle's going to have the success that
No.
Vegas does.
Yeah.
can they
Absolutely not.
survive without this? Let's say they don't do
So-
what Vegas. Let's say they do what Vegas was supposed to do and suck.
Yeah.
Can they?
Well, yeah, and I think Vegas is obviously the exception. I don't think anybody expects an expansion team
No.
to come in and do what they have done.
No.
In part because it appears that what Vegas is doing defies everything we thought that they were going
I mean,
to
their
do.
lineup is
No,
even
true,
that good.
but
Yeah.
like you
Well,
said,
I mean,
they're the
I
only
don't know.
pro
You look at
team
their
there.
team.
Right.
They're
You
the
know.
only
They're the only
Well,
game.
and
They're
that's
really
the
the
thing.
only game in
Would
town.
they be
other
better
than,
off
the
going to Quebec
UNLV
City?
Rebels, but
I know it's
Bring it
in the
back to
college.
Nordiques.
Why not bring?
bringing back the Nordiques. Would they be better off going there where they're the only game in town and they know that they're going to succeed?
And it's Canada. They like hockey.
Yeah, but then who do you move to
Yeah,
the
but-
west?
again, Canada runs hot and cold with their the supporting
You
other
bring
team.
Detroit back to the west?
Look what's going on.
Probably,
Look what
yeah.
happened. What's going on with the Oilers? Where's the fan base? Where's the fan base for the?
Oh,
for
they're
Edmonton?
there.
They're ripping them apart.
Season tickets are as high as ever, though, for Edmonton. If you take into account, I mean, it's still a 2-year waiting list to get season tickets for Edmonton.
Not for much
Yeah.
longer.
It's still McDavid, and they still think they're going to win at any point in time if they get there.
Well, Canadians
Well, any
are
Canadian
the
market
penultimate
really is-
optimists.
Yeah, yeah.
You have
Crazy.
you have 97 Connor McDavid on your team. You have a
Well, yeah, but
chance.
Connor McDavid can only sell seats for so long.
Right.
I don't think you'll see.
Is there any problem with Edmonton
you won't
selling
hear
seats, though?
a person here that'll talk bad about Connor McDavid. Hands
no.
down, greatest player to play the game and will be. better than Sidney Crosby.
I don't know.
I just don't think
sure.
he's set up for success there.
But
they're not going to get rid of him.
Do they fire
It's
the
not happening.
Do they fire the GM?
They should.
Yeah, they should. I mean, there's going to need to be a change. If you're gonna bring this team and make them win, you need to make changes. They made changes that were not good.
The Eberle trade
and
was
it
bad.
screwed them. I mean,
Well, I mean,
The Hall
this guy
trade,
is known
the
for
Eberle trade.
Shirley is just terrible when it comes to
They have to
trades.
change either the whole front office or they trade Connor McDavid while he's still good
now-
and has an opportunity to go somewhere and,
I'll
do
put
something
this.
and
Now
get a bunch
they
of
want
draft
to
picks
trade,
and start over
Edmonton
again.
never.
Yes.
I will tell you right
He's on
now,
the
the
block.
day Edmonton trades
Just what you want to
McDavid,
do is
This is
trade
Jay
away a
Alfre's
scoring
people
forward.
will literally
Another number one pick.
boycott
Yeah.
the
Come
team.
on.
Well, they
Yeah,
had
they're
four
never
in
gonna
7
trade
years.
McDavid.
All right,
You
come
know-
on.
You know the last time I heard that
They might
argument
have another one this year.
Dwayne Gretzky.
when Gretzky went to Los
be nice.
Angeles.
Yeah.
You know what?
Not out of the realm of
Grab that
possibility.
deep.
Well,
I'm
and
telling
I think
you
that's
right now,
why.
McDavid is this generation's Gretzky. He's going to
Cheyenne,
leave
would you-
Edmonton.
He is, but you
And-
have to understand
and
that
he's
the
gonna
Gretzky
leave
trade
under
was
better-
bigger than that. It was for Gretzky
Is
to
it?
open up hockey and bring it to the areas that didn't have it, and to really
Yeah.
bring NHL into people's minds. The NHL's there. We know it's a hot
And
league.
I don't
Most of the
think
trades
Florida's
without
there.
that trade, I don't think you have teams in Florida, Tampa
Right.
Bay,
6-6.
Phoenix.
Right, but that was
you know.
that was a trade. It wasn't
That was-
necessarily the NHL saying
Yeah,
you need
but-
to send him there. It was the money that was calling him to Los Angeles, and he
Well,
essentially
no,
broke
it
up.
was- it was
he
because-
broke up a dynasty to go to Los Angeles to appease his wife.
No. I disagree with that.
I
I do because I think it was what's his name? Who was the Edmonton owner? I forget his name. It wasn't Jeremy Jacobs. He's the Bruins owner.
No.
But yeah, whoever he was in debt. He needed money. He traded him. He traded Gretzky to LA for a ton of cash.
You know how much he got for Gretzky? It had nothing. Everybody, and that's the thing. All the papers said, "Oh, it was because he married Janet and all this other stuff, and that's why he's going." That had nothing to do with it. He didn't want to be moved either, but he got a ton of money. They were in debt. They got a lot of money for him, and in turn, the world got to see somebody great because he was always great. But what had happened when he became to LA? More people started understanding who he is. He had more promotional deals, more things. He became the great. I mean, he's Gretzky.
Cheyenne,
They
when
don't
you-
need to do that with McDavid.
Well, how is that different?
Yeah.
He's in a small market team with Edmonton, surrounded by people who can't keep
Because
up with
the
him.
NHL's
What if
already-
he goes to? What if he plays for the New York Rangers and sparks a return of the blue shirts, or he goes to Chicago and they start storming back?
Well,
short?
neither the Rangers nor
Would you say
Chicago
no
can
to Connor
afford him.
McDavid trade to
Cheyenne,
Chicago?
here's what I
No,
got.
but that I don't think that there's any benefit for Edmonton to trade. him.
Here's the question.
There's no benefit.
Sure, there's benefit.
Here's-
No, there's none.
You
Because
get
all he
players
had
in
to do-
cash and you start over again.
But it's not going to work.
How-
they got
how are
they,
they-
got the greatest player in the NHL.
Yeah, he's
Glenn.
already under
How are
contract.
they possibly
do.
going to compliment him with the lack of payroll, with the lack of players to compliment him?
Here-
They
got
just traded
payroll,
away. They traded away
But
Eberle.
that's not because of payroll. That's because they were dumb.
Here's the
Okay,
question.
so what makes you think that they learned from their mistake and they're going to
Well,
do better?
that's why we're talking about who they need to get rid of.
Cheyenne, this is what I got to hear.
get rid of
What
the
does
GM.
what does a McDavid trade look like?
McDavid trade is going to be 2 to 3 first round draft picks, a lot of cash, and players to be named later.
Not you. So you're saying they don't even get a single established player back?
It depends on who they're trading with. If
Well,
they
that's
trade,
what I'm saying.
If they
What-
trade with the Blackhawks,
You're-
there's people to pick from, or more valuable, the draft pick.
Who's the fellow for Edmonton?
Depending on the farm
that
system
blows all the
of
trades?
the team.
The GM.
If they did
Shirley.
the trade with, let's say, Tampa Bay, we have an established, fantastic minor league system. They could say, you know what,
No reason
we
to blow
want
that up.
all these
Well,
fast
you have-
skaters
Cheyenne,
in
you're-
exchange for one player.
you're
You have
Chiarelli.
no veteran on that team that could replace McDavid.
You're
No,
Chiarelli.
it has nothing.
Even if you go to
no.
Chicago,
No,
who
I
you
didn't.
gonna
I
give
didn't.
up?
Did I say
Patrick
veteran?
Kane and, like,
I didn't say veteran. I said we have a fantastic farm system and we could
They're
easily.
not going to give up McDavid
Here-
for what ifs.
Here's what
You
I'll
have
give.
a guaranteed superstar.
Here's what I'll give-
Guaranteed. It's not going to happen.
You trade one player and you get 5. You
doesn't
get 5
matter.
future stars.
So you're saying
5
it's
future
It's
stars.
not, I don't think it's going to
What specifically
Then,
does it
then
look
how do
like?
you fix
Okay.
Edmonton? How do you fix Edmonton?
New GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, new
And
GM.
what is the
GM
new?
that
What
makes
is the new?
smart-
GM
Start
make?
drafting.
You don't trade. You don't
How, do
trade.
you, how long has McDavid been in the league now?
This is third year.
Third year. He's captain.
It's still time to maybe make up for lost time.
What
Maybe.
does a
Maybe.
trade
I
look
did-
like?
Something has to happen now.
I cannot see
don't
anybody
see it.
in the NHL trading Connor McDavid.
You know, all 31 teams
player
would
who
call.
looks like the biggest superstar since Gretzky, who's in his third year, who's under contract for another 8 years.
You guys already had a
He
100
was a
point
captain
season.
by his second year, sophomore year in the NHL.
The GM has already made boneheaded decisions, and
Is
this is
there-
very clear.
That's not a GM decision.
Is there
That's
a-
an ownership
Yeah.
They
decision.
had already
There's no- I was
said
gonna
he's
say,
the
there's no
only
way.
untouchable on the
Yeah.
team.
Is there
He's
a-
the only
He
untouchable.
can't. I mean, he can't trade him because he's got to go to his owner. He's got to say, "I
sells
want
their
to
tickets
trade
right now.
Connor McDavid."
No,
It's never going to happen. It is never going to happen.
This is insane. I'm taking that 9.7
Wait, seriously, man, look what you did. We said we're not talking. And here we are.
He wanted to talk about the Panarin.
All right, well, let's talk about the Oilers too.
How would
All
you-
right, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about a superstar trade that could actually happen. Earlier this week, both two superstar, soon-to-be unrestricted free agents in Drew Doughty and Erik Karlsson made some comments about their impending free agency. Drew Doughty, I think, was probably the most explicit of the ones because he brought up another team. He brought up the Toronto Maple Leafs
and a team
possibly going to them.
doing well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
LA is
that's
doing
even
good.
surprising,
And saying
too,
that
because
it's-
LA is playing well.
I
They're
would.
not going to
Yeah,
be able to afford him, though. They're up near the cap. I mean,
I don't think he's going anywhere,
He wants
but-
more than Subban.
That's
he does. He said he wants more than
very strange to hear.
Is he worth more than Subban?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
So he should get it.
Doughty
Absolutely.
and Carlson both.
Yeah, but
Carlson, yes. I don't think Doughty's better than Subban.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Doughty is
I
a
feel
beast.
like Doughty's better.
Doughty
than
plays the
Subban.
most minutes out of
Absolutely.
any defenseman. The
I
guy,
think
He's very
Subban's
good.
overrated.
the guy
Subban is
on pace
overrated.
for
He was
62
he was
points.
overrated in Montreal, where he was having to do, I think, way too much. I think he's playing on a standout defensive core in Nashville. I think he's doing very, very well.
I
He's
mean, any
excellent.
defenseman that they touch in Nashville just turns to gold. It seems like they turned him into an all-around player.
But because he didn't have to do too much. He didn't
right,
have to
he's
do too
not
much.
the go-to guy on that team.
He doesn't need to do
So-
everything for everybody.
Yeah, he's definitely become a better player since he's finally earning his contract, but still, there's no way that he's better than Drew Doughty. Erik Karlsson is probably number one in the league.
So Saturday night, they were talking. The announcers were talking about, sort of explicitly brought out a possible trade of Erik Karlsson. Apparently, when Erik Karlsson was asked about his free agency, he said, "I'm not taking any hometown discounts. I want to see how high I can get the number to be. I want fair market value."
Fair.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
He absolutely deserves it. He's definitely a top 3 defenseman in the league. You know,
He's
I would say
number one.
he's my number one.
Yeah, I was going to say
This
number
season,
one.
I know he's not playing that well this
Yeah.
season. I think
He's
Hedman
also
would
got half an
probably
ankle
would be
bump. I mean,
number one.
Yeah.
That kind of affects your game a little bit.
But yeah, no, I and he's obviously he had foot surgery or heel surgery
Right.
Achilles.
in the off season. He's probably got about a foot and 3/4 left.
Yeah,
It's not good.
So,
Number one,
Insane.
baby. Number one all the way.
Carlson, 23 games played, 1 goal, 17 assists.
Not
that's
bad.
always been his game.
Not bad
yeah.
for a
Well,
small.
he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker.
Yeah,
He's
he's
I mean,
a playmaker. You got to look at
He's a
that.
playmaker. And
he makes that team go. He got a Conn Smythe vote last playoffs, which he absolutely deserved. I think he should have gotten more of.
Well, his last 5 games, he got 1 assist against the Kings on the 7th. And that was it. His plus or minus right now is -16.
Well, he's had the Senators had a brutal month. They're having a really terrible 9-game
13
stretch right
of the
now.
last 14, I
Here,
think.
here's the question: how good does
Well, they're just
Carlson
above
play?
Buffalo.
How good does
And,
Carlson play if he's
Atlanta.
on a better
Put him
team?
on a different team.
He's on a better team that isn't so
And-
damn defensive as Ottawa.
Yeah, not playing the Guy Boucher
Oh my
system.
God.
Yeah.
It's hard to
wipe
it's
out.
hard to
I mean,
watch.
think about it.
You
We're
gotta
talking
say,
about
he's
the number
playing
one
on a bad
defensive
team.
guy,
That's a
and
bad
he's
team
playing
that
on a crappy
made
team.
it
To
to
the
the
finals.
the conference finals last season.
Duchesne looks like a fourth liner.
He
in
looks
that
terrible.
set.
That looks like that. I mean,
looks like a bad
I got to say
match.
right now,
Duchesne is-
that trade
looks bad.
looks terrible.
So where do you think Carlson would end up in free agency? Let's start with our
Jersey.
Boston.
I think he
Boston?
could end up
I
in
think
Jersey.
Boston is desperate to revitalize
Ooh, that's
their
a good
team.
one.
That's
a
an
good one.
interesting.
They're
That's a good
they're
one.
old. They're going to lose the Redwood pretty soon.
What about New Jersey?
Jersey,
They got Cap.
Fit. Yeah.
They got a young team.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
though,
got
if he
money.
Fits. I think Columbus.
They don't have enough money though. They
They
can
can make it work.
Well,
could make
They'd
it
have to
work.
trade.
here's the
something.
question: is
Maybe.
does it happen in a trade? Does Ottawa try to get something back for Carlson before he
think
leaves,
so.
or does it happen in
Yeah, I think
unrestricted
it happens.
free agency?
Absolutely.
I think-
The smart move is
It's
to try to
gonna
get something
happen
for him
in a
because
trade.
he's
They're
going to
gonna
want to
need
leave.
something
I think if they
he
don't
wants to
pull
go.
the trigger, they couldn't live with themselves losing him for nothing. and they sign into a
they'll
long-term
get
deal.
something from him. They'll get
Absolutely.
something. Mike, what about you? Where do you think he can go and make a difference?
Somehow, some way, this guy's going to end up on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, that was my
guys-
second. That was my
these
second
guys-
pick. I swear to God.
Then it's game
They
over
get
for
every
the
goddamn-
NHL.
They're going to have
superstar
95% of their
known to
cap
mankind.
dedicated to 5 players.
Right.
Gary
yeah.
Bettman just
Well, it's gonna be
he
like
makes
another
it work.
Chicago Blackhawk team.
Just
I mean,
keeps
that's-
one of them guys to win, and I don't know. They will figure it out. They're going to be probably
I mean, it
trading
can
Phil
happen.
Kessel or something,
That's tough.
and
That's tough to lose.
that'll
focus.
open up their cap room
Absolutely.
right there.
Hunter, what about you?
Talking about the hockey team, the Philadelphia Flyers.
Of course.
So then you guys are going to
He's
build.
going to
from-
go to
from the
Carolina
back
before
on
he
up?
goes to Philadelphia. He's going to go to Carolina first.
in a
Does
trade.
that
In
involve
a trade.
Drew? Does that involve
Who-
Drew?
No,
Who
I
do
could
you
see that.
have?
I could see that.
Who do you have to give for Carlson?
That's
Ton of great young prospects.
you trade Provorov.
The very
do.
same
They
thing you
do.
said would not make the Connor McDavid trade.
Oh, but that's different.
That's
You're
way
talking about
different.
Connor
They don't want to
McDavid.
trade him.
Connor
Connor
different. You guys are
Connor McDavid
glowing
is
about
here.
Eric Carlson.
Connor McDavid's under contract for the next 8 years. Eric
Okay,
Carlson's
so
leaving in a year and a
he
half.
can still be traded.
Connor
Anybody-
McDavid
You're
is
under contract. He can still be
McDavid.
traded.
He's
Not happening. Anyway,
You're
No.
trying to compare
So,
the Connor
I can see
McDavid trade to
Wayne Simmons,
Please.
Travis Sanheim, who's a very good young defensive prospect that they have. And then I would
Provorov.
probably say maybe Danique Martel, who is a very good winger down in the AHL, is leading the AHL in goals right now.
Provorov is dealed.
Absolutely
Ivan Provorov is dealed.
no,
I think he's off
Provorov
limits.
is
They
there.
won't
He's
do
off
it.
limits.
Then they won't do it. That's who they're trying to pry.
If the Senators do make the trade, they need to address
no
their own
slouch.
issues.
I
What
mean,
is
Yeah.
what do you
That
guys
guy's
see
gonna
as
be
the being
stud.
the biggest
He's a
issue?
very
of
good
the Senators?
offensive defenseman, too. He replaces a lot of
Defense.
the
Senators?
Well, yeah.
Defense.
He's not
Defense.
Carlson, obviously.
No,
but he's like
still gonna
22
be-
years old. He's going to be around
The
for
guy
a
can
long
run your
time.
power play.
There's the thing with Ghost Bear with the Flyers having a tough season. Doesn't it hurt to have a guy so skilled like Ghost Bear, where the media in games where he may make a mistake or two just gets crucified for a little mistake here? Like, don't you just wish he could be third, fourth pair?
If that was happening, I would agree. I don't think he's getting
if he was
crushed by
fourth
media.
pair, he'd be sitting
No,
on
he's
the
not
bench.
getting-
There's
I think
third,
he's getting
fourth
crushed
pairs
by
on
his
defense.
coach a little bit. But
His coach, they got to fire Hackstall. The guy's got to go.
they absolutely do.
He's not going to argue.
There you go.
My man.
In fact, just got new light on Petey right now. He's like, Peterson, hold on, wait a minute.
And I'm with
You don't like it either? All right, let's talk about that.
That's another 15 minutes material right there. That's just Hunter talking.
and I'm with you. I'm with you that they don't.
Flyers have won 3 straight, and
Yeah.
somehow that absolves Dave Hackstall being
Nope.
terrible for
I'm with you
doesn't.
that they
2.5
don't.
No, it
seasons.
doesn't.
I'm with you that they don't fire Hackstall because of this reason. You fire him. What's going to happen because you fire this guy? Are they going
You
to
bring in
turn?
a better coach?
You bring in a better coach. Why not wait?
A far better coach.
Why not wait till the end of the year? You see your team. You let
This
him-
season's not
bring
lost.
They can
Daryl
bring in
Suter.
Darryl Suter.
This season's not lost.
Darryl Suter's
Last,
still out there.
last I checked, the Flyers
I
are
can't
6
believe
points
he's still
out
out
of a
there.
playoff spot.
I can't believe Daryl.
I mean,
Sutter-
I can't believe Arizona.
I can't.
Somebody-
He wouldn't go
Nobody
there.
picked
He
him
wouldn't
up.
go there. Why would he go to Arizona?
You heard it here first. I honestly think that Daryl Suter is under contract with Seattle. They locked him in as head coach. As soon as they
No.
get the okay from the NHL, he's
Go
going to be
night,
the
night.
head
No.
Go take a
He's
sleep.
yeah, my God.
No more beer for this guy.
9.5%.
He already drank most of it.
That seems very strong.
Did you get hit in the head with a puck tonight? I mean,
Yes.
what's going on
What,
here?
Daryl Suter, who's probably pushing 70, is going to wait 3 years to coach the NHL
Yeah.
again.
Guy might
Way to
have a
go.
heart attack.
He's got a
by then.
retirement
I mean,
home up
come on.
there. You
If
don't
I'm-
know. You don't know.
if I'm any
don't like
team-
you know because you
Neither
don't
do
know.
you.
You know what? If you do know, then you look like a goddamn god.
If I'm any
I'm
team,
willing. That's a
Jesus,
risk. I'm willing to
Jesus.
take.
How stupid would everybody feel if at the end of the season they announced
We'll get back to
him
you in 3
taking
years,
over
folks.
Seattle, and then all of a sudden Connor McDavid being traded? The Oilers have chosen
To Seattle.
Yeah.
4 draft picks, 3
5.
young buds still in the AHL. Yeah, we got them.
Yeah,
Trade them.
I take a page in my
What
playbook
if-
from the politicians. You just throw a bunch of stuff out there, and when it sticks, like, oh, well, he said he was going to do that. He did that. He messed up 12 other things, but he did that. He said he was going to do that. As soon as Connor McDavid is traded, I will be absolved of all of my sins. And
What happens when McDavid gets traded for Carlson?
Whatever makes you feel.
Oh, wow.
Well, then.
Because you know what? The Oilers could, if they're going to lose offensive power like that, they're definitely going to
I
need some
think they'd
defense.
get rid of Draisaitl first before
that's
they get rid of
that's who's
And
on
he's
the docket.
much more tradable because of his
Yeah.
contract.
If-
Definitely.
if
So-
that, or not because of his contract. Because
Well, and I do think that the big question about Draisaitl is, can he do
Is he
what
for
he does
real?
without McDavid?
And is he for real as a player?
No.
I don't think so either. I think he's overpaid.
He had a really good playoffs. And
He
I think
did.
He did get overpaid
He
because
had
of
a
that.
really
He probably
good
got
playoffs.
an extra year.
Which is the GM's handbook of what not to do is pay a
You know
guy
who
for what he
didn't have
did.
a really good playoff?
That's Torelli.
Panarin.
And we bring it back full circle.
All right.
So ask me how I feel about that Panarin trade again. I'm quite all right with it.
We
well,
can
here's
refer
the-
to
here's the question.
podcast 2 through 6.
Who exactly had a good playoffs wearing a Blackhawks jersey last year?
Thank you. Would you not?
No,
What do
but
they have? 2
none of
goals
them.
in 4
None.
games?
Would you not reverse the Panarin trade if you could?
No.
Oh man,
All right. Anyway,
You know who would look good in a Hawks jersey?
over.
he's got a
McDavid.
Panarin jersey with
Damn
cactus
right he
on it.
would. And you know,
McDavid looks special.
you would love to see that.
This is somebody who at
You
one
do?
point in time
think he
had
does.
a Panarin
I know he had
jersey.
one. He got,
I still have a Panarin jersey.
That
Listen,
hurts. Then
just
you
so
know.
everybody's clear, I think Panarin is a stud. I love Panarin. I got my Panarin Hawks
So is
jersey.
Brandon Saad.
I think he's great. It was the right move for Chicago. The right move.
This has got to be killing.
only
Adam right
because
now.
of the Taves and Kane contracts.
Those are terrible.
And when McDavid ends up in Chicago, who's going to be the first guy
There's
getting a
no
jersey?
fucking way.
This guy
It ain't
right here.
happening.
Because
Hey,
Connor McDavid
listen,
such
I already have a
great,
Connor McDavid
glowing
jersey,
hockey
and it ain't
player.
happening.
I know you're going to get that jersey.
I'm gonna buy 3.
Well, no. This is when Jonathan Taves developed some rare
Oh,
skin
wait.
condition and he can no
third.
longer play.
All 3.
And so he's got to be
He's on
medically
the long-term
retired. Yeah,
IR.
he's on a long-term IR.
Can we
And so his money comes off the cap. Yeah, that's when that happens.
can we just appreciate that I didn't say f or c?
And now you
That concludes our show today. I would like to thank tonight's sponsors, Sparks Skate Sharpening Machine at Second Time Sports in Dunedin, Dr. Sean Hansen, chiropractor to the stars at Tarpon Total Health, who's totally going to look at Armando's neck tomorrow, and Victory
I
Brewing
gotta talk
Company.
to that guy too.
For more information on us, visit our Facebook page, Misfit Boys Hockey with a Z. Thank you for listening and enduring with Andrew's prattering, which will be following shortly after this podcast.